Hello, 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 friends. Okay, so this is going to be a little scattered. I'm just warning you now. I'm going to do the best I can. So, I have the new Scentsy Light catalog with me so I can read you these scent descriptions because I'm going to go through and I'm going to re-sniff. I've smelled them all, but I'm going to re-sniff all of the ten new fragrances, and I'm going to try to do it in like record time, like maybe 10 minutes. But this is the pile, and we're going to go. Okay, we're just going to jump right into it. For those of you who don't know, my name is Heather Pratt, and I am one of the partners of Pratt Scent Biz. The other is my husband Joseph. 99% of the time, if you see anything, it's coming from me. He's kind of the silent partner, if you will. So let's just jump right into it. Let's see what these new fall winter smells smell like. And I peep over my shoulder here. That is also one of the new warmers. That is totes adorable. And if you want the details on that warmer, I've got those right here as well. She is called Shine Bright. And I love the little copper thing at the bottom. When I first saw her, yes, I give them genders. I thought, oh, that's going to be a really large warmer. She's not. She's very petite, and that actually kind of makes me love her more. And I wish you could see her in person to see how that light just sparkles. I love it. It's so much fun. Okay, so we are going to get started with the scents because I'm almost 2 minutes in already. All right, this is called Blankets of Love, and I am confident that I need to rearrange my microphone. There we go. So I can see what's going on. Blankets of Love is going to be I thought it would be fresh, but I'm missing it. There it is. They are calling it a woods fragrance. I say I won't feel stupid if that's on the label. Sheer violet, cotton blossoms, and comforting woods. So if you are a fan of the old fuzzy blanket, you're gonna like this. It is not the same. It does not have the, I can't even put my finger on it, that fuzzy blanket has. If you smelled it, you know what I'm talking about. However, this gives the very same vibe. It's very cozy, very just cozying up on a cold winter's day or a rainy fall day in your favorite blankie. Okay? Blankets of Love. Next up, we've got Buttered Pumpkin Dreams. I am telling y'all, when I saw the list, I'm like, I cannot wait to get my hands on that one. And it is warm chestnuts, buttered pumpkin spice, and rustic cedarwood. I am not gonna lie, I am a pumpkin spice latte, pumpkin blondie, pumpkin chai girly. This is up my alley. It does not have, it's not the coffee thing, but you know, you think, what's the difference between pumpkin and buttered pumpkin? You can legit smell the butter, and it just makes it so, it's like, you've heard me say, if you've been around here for a while, there are lickable bars. They're not literally, don't lick them. They do not taste like they smell. If they did, this would be candy. It's not overly sweet. It's just that, just awesome fall things, all the fall things that my husband hates, to be honest, because he does not like the fall scents. Emerald Pear Blossom, this was one of the ones that was in the August whiff box. It smells so stinking good. Even while we're in this season where if you're, in a climate like I am, where, it's been very fallish for the last week and a half, 2 weeks, and now we're hitting back up into the 90s for the next week or two. I know, crazy. This is one that will work. It's a fall scent, but it's just got enough fruity to it that it makes it very applicable and comforting and great even during this weird season. There it is. I said fruity. It's actually in the fruity. Follow my instincts. Emerald Pear Blossom. Emerald Pear, White Cranberry, and Amber Blossom. And it just smells so good, y'all. It's like green and pears. It's almost appley, but it's not. I love this one, y'all. I'm struggling to find my favorite, but this is This is near the top of the list. I really like this one. Like I said, it's just got that great transition thing going for it where you could use it. Maybe you're not ready for pumpkin yet. Maybe you're just not, and that's okay. But you're also not wanting your watermelon stuff. Emerald pear is the happy medium. All right, next up we have what's called frosted marshmallow. I think I have told you guys before how the first time Scentsy introduced marshmallow into their fragrances, I thought they were absolutely insane. It's like, what? It was called My Wish, and it was a scent of the month, like probably 10 years ago, and that kind of thing came out, and it's been one of my favorites ever since. So where did I have it? Frosted marshmallow, sparkling cinnamon marshmallow, and buttercream frosting. It's very bakery. If you like the bakery thing, you're going to love it. It almost reminds me, I'm in a coffee state of mind, y'all. It almost reminds me of like vanilla cold foam, the foamy stuff they put on top of like a cold brew. It's kind of giving me that vibe. And I'm not mad about it. I don't warm a lot of bakery stuff, but this would be really good. It's another like cozy kind of smell for me. Like a rainy day that you kind of feel like you want to be in the kitchen baking stuff. This is that kind of smell. The marshmallow's not overwhelming. I probably pick up a little more of the cinnamon and buttercream. So it's also giving me like the icing on top of a pumpkin muffin. Ooh, I'm wondering if I could blend those two. Okay, we may have to play mix and match. And we may have to do this with the buttered pumpkin. I bet that's fantastic. All right, inspiration hits when you least expect it. Next up, I have for you Golden Sunflower Fields. It is also listed as a fruity. Red apple, fields of hay, and fresh picked sunflowers. This is also in the running for my favorite. It's not very strong. The hay in there is actually a lot stronger than I would have expected it to be. And I grew up in the country. I grew up where my dad was in the hay fields in August and early September. And I get that vibe. If you like the Clinique Sunflowers fragrance from years and years ago, I think it's still available. There's just a hint, very light hint, small vibe of that going on. The apples just add just a smidge of sweetness. I actually pick up the hay. That makes me happy because it brings back childhood memories. But it's still not like the dusty hay. I don't want to sneeze. It's not unpleasant. It's just I don't know. It's just a hay field. I like it. I'd love for another country girl or country guy to test that one out and see what they think. All right, I'm going to make it by 10 minutes, y'all. We only got 2 to go. Lavender Woods is up next. I'm going in alphabetical order in case you're wondering because I am that person. Lavender Woods. Surely it's in the fresh. No, it's not. It's in the woods because it says woods in the name, but it also says lavender, so it could be floral. Who knows? I don't know how they pick. Sometimes it could literally go in multiple spots. Lavender, cedarwood, and amber. Actually, I do know they go with whatever the strongest note is. Lavender, cedarwood, and amber. It's so good. This would probably also possibly contend in my top 2 or 3. I'm very picky about my lavender. I love Provence lavender, the really floral, essential oil, screaming kind of lavender. Love that kind of smell. Jammy Time makes me happy. This is like a very elevated Jammy Time. Okay? So Jammy Time is kind of a little more kid-centric. It's for, bedtime. It's for like nighttime baths. I say that because I use it almost every night after my showers, in my shower. This is a little more elevated. It's a little more bougie, if you will. Just because it's got that woods going on in the background and the amber. So it's not floral at all, so it definitely belongs in the woods. That one's restful, y'all. That one is restful. All right, next up is Old Fashioned Evening. I have to tell you, I was kind of like, what on earth are they talking about with an old-fashioned evening? And then I smelled it and I was like, oh, okay, that is an old-fashioned evening. This also falls under fruity. winter cherry, vanilla orchid, and sandalwood. Imagine, if you will, pulling in my Sophia Petrillo. Like what you imagine it was like for our grandparents just hanging out in the parlor. And by grandparents, I'm 49 years old. My grandparents would be in their 90s at this point. My parents are in their 70s, so my grandparents would be in their 90s if I had any still living. And that is what this is like. It's like I imagine sitting in the parlor, having a conversation. There's probably something a little sweet sitting around, maybe a sweet little candy. The cherry really is popping out at me today. And I'm just telling you, I can picture it. Little Women. Little Women. Yes, think about Little Women sitting in the book Little Women. You know, at night, and Joe's reading, and Beth's knitting, and that's what it smelled like. I'm just telling you. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. I don't know how they do it. Never will know. All right, next up we have Velvet Cashmere Woods, which of course is in the woods category. Creamy cashmere, velvet vanilla, and sheer woods. This kind of falls in line with that Blankets of Love. It's a cozy, it's a comforting, it's, you know, lazy nights by the fire. It's too cold and dreary to go out. But it's still that cashmere, just gives us this elevated bougie thing going for it. Just next to level fragrance. This isn't your big box store candle, if I can go there. West Arkansas. It's really good. I do really like it. It's a fairly light scent, and I think that's nice because a lot of times when it comes to fall winter scents, they can be so heavy. You know, they're so heavy with the cinnamon, they're heavy with the pumpkin, they're heavy with the apple, and those kind of scents. So it's really nice to have some lighter, just chill kind of fragrances that are available. We're down to the last two, you guys. White Oak Woodland, also in the woods. We went heavy on the woods this season. Velvet Plum, Creamy Sandalwood, and White Oak. I believe we also smelled this one last month in the whiff box, and it's really good as well. It's another lighter side. It's almost cologne-y without being, and by cologne I mean like men's cologne, without being overly masculine. Very pleasant. I would put this in a bathroom maybe because it does give me a little bit of that man vibe for it. Y'all girls know what I'm talking about. The sexy man getting out of the shower, bathroom's all steamy, and he puts on his cologne or his aftershave. It almost has that vibe to it, but the white oak in there kind of brings it back to earth where it's not quite so perfumey or cologne-like. It's very, very pleasant. I do very much like that one. And then last but certainly not least, we have Wild Pine and Linen. This one falls into the fresh category, which is always pleasant this time of year. Crisp air, lavender, oak moss, white pine, and clean linen. I was smelling this one just the other day when I was putting stickers on sheets. And this one was sticking out to me the most on that day. I really like this. So this would probably round out my top three. I don't know how I can pick one. So Emerald Pear Blossoms, The Fields, I just lost it. Oh, Butter Brown Pumpkin's up there somewhere too. Golden Sunflower Fields, Emerald Pear, Buttered Pumpkin Dream, and then this one. It is fresh. This is a little more into that sexy man vibe. But then I pick up the linen and I'm like, oh, I wonder what it would be like to wash my clothes or my sheets in this. That would be fantastic. So, smells so good. All right, so that is the smelling of the scents. They are all good. There's literally not one in here that I don't like. Not that that's super rare, but I'm still really amazed at how Scentsy has elevated, like from the really basic stuff that was, available when I started using Scentsy 15 years ago, like literally cranberry muffin. It was like spot on. It smelled like a cranberry muffin, but it seems so simplistic now compared to what we have to offer. They've just elevated this. This is stuff that I expect to walk into some fancy boutique in some really nice downtown area or that sort of thing, and this would be what their candles smell like. And I can say candles out loud now that Scentsy has candles. which is rare, which is weird, but still getting used to it. Trying to throw it in there. But yeah, they're excellent fragrances, and I think that's the other thing about it. I really want to call them a fragrance more than I want to call them just a scent, just because of that elevatedness about them. So I am going to add a link for just our wax bars, and you can go in on this and pick, if you want seasonal, what you have in mind, what you're looking for. Maybe one of the things that I mentioned, you notice there was a lot of woods in there. You can go find them. I was looking, there's no filter for new, which is going to be something I suggest to Scentsy, just because some people only want to smell the new stuff. But as of right now, just to give you an FYI, there are 102 fragrances available in Scentsy bars alone. So I'm sure there is something to please your nose in there. And as always, if you need any help with your Scentsy fragrance needs, excuse me, please don't hesitate to reach out. We would be more than happy to help you. And thank you for tuning in. Mwah! Have a great week. See you next week. And hopefully, I will have the new whiff box.